Welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna do something a little different from what I normally do. I'm watching a show called Island these days. Island. I thought it'd be fun to just share my reviews, my thoughts, bring in a few guests from time to time. So if you haven't heard this show, it's basically set by Big Hit Entertainment. Hitman Bang comes out, Rain comes out, Zico comes out, and a bunch of like producers, directors from Big Hit Entertainment are participating in this show. I love a good survival idol group. You not only get the world's vote at the end, but you also have the members within the group voting for each other, kicking them out, bringing them in, and then of course you have the producers' opinions. So this week's episode 3, I must say was a little weak compared to last week. Last week there was some drama, lots of tears. But this week I felt like it was pretty quiet in terms of the drama, which is what I like to see. But I feel like we did get to know the members a little bit more in depth in this episode. The main thing in episode 3 is that basically everyone performed in Island. Everyone performed and they did terribly according to the producers. I think they did a good job, but again, that might just be like the editing that they did in the show. They didn't show like every part of the performance. With this low score, 6 members are forced to go to the ground. That means 6 members in the ground get to move up to the island. I will say, I was a little bit shocked that Daniel got eliminated because he got second place from the producers, yet the members just didn't think that he was like good enough to stay. Well, to be fair, also 6 was like half of the group, so I feel like the people who got eliminated, a lot of them, it's like, oh shoot, I don't want to eliminate you, but we have no choice. We have to eliminate 6 people. Jay, I was very shocked by because I don't think they really deserve to go to the ground because they're actually really talented. But again, this show is unique because the members get to vote within themselves. Another member who was kind of controversial last week was Nicki. He is the member who basically fought to be in the center and couldn't really deliver in terms of his performance, specifically in terms of his vocals. I personally really like Nicki because, you know, he is clearly one of the best dancers in the group. He picks up the dance moves really quickly. But, you know, I think it also is important to gain the favor of the people in the team, and obviously he couldn't do that because he kind of brought down the team's overall score based on his performance. So it looks like it's not just about the individual, but it's about the overall teamwork. And Nicki basically brought the team down, so I guess the guys thought, okay, let's choose him to leave. I was surprised that Taki got in to Island. I think Taki grew on me. At first he was just like kind of annoying, but the more I saw him, he seemed very pure. And even in last week's episode we saw that despite the fact that Nicki was the one who chose Taki to stay in ground, Taki was rooting for Nicki and kind of like fanboying over him. I thought there was a bit of like an irony in this episode as well, because we could tell that people in the ground who moved to Island felt very uncomfortable and like kind of out of place. And Sunhoon actually mentions like, you know, I don't really feel comfortable being here. I like low-key want to go back to the ground where we like, you know, where everything was about teamwork and like we worked together, and whenever like a member didn't understand something, like we were all there to help, you know. I thought it was a little ironic how they're in this place that they, you know, dreamt of going to, but once they were actually there, they missed their like roots, their home ground at the ground. In the end, 6 guys left to Island, 6 guys came back, I mean not back, but to the ground. It was very emotional, very sad. I will admit I teared up a few times seeing the guys just like leave Island. They're just so sad. And now they are forced to go down to the ground where they need to practice with a brand new group of people for who knows how long. Some thoughts. I cannot take Rain seriously because he is in this other show called Gunwoo. I don't know if you guys have watched it, but basically it's a hilarious show with the legends Lee Hyori and Yoo Jae-seok, and the three of them are just like trying to debut as a group, a separate group, and it's kind of like a joke. But Rain is basically like the youngest of them three, and he's just like always the butt of the jokes in the group. And so you have that show, and then this show here, he's like the super serious, cool producer. So I can't really take him seriously. He's still hot, you know, his silhouette. I'm like, wow, okay, that's Rain. But to me, he just seems like such a goofball because I'm watching that other show like on Saturdays. Island ended up having a higher score than last week, but they also like didn't do perfectly, so they still were in a position of having to eliminate a person, which means again someone from the ground will have to go to Island. So the people in the ground have a chance to finally perform, and that section, that portion is saved for next week. But we did see Island's performance, and the producers and the directors were very impressed. I will say Heeseung's facial expression was pretty fire. They did perform to the song, BTS's song Fire, and I will say anytime a group performs BTS's songs, I just feel like it's not fair because obviously it's BTS and you gotta give it to these guys. They only had 6 days to practice, so it's not going to be on par with BTS's performances, obviously, but knowing that they practiced only for 6 days, I think they did a really good job. So we'll have to see who will be eliminated in this week's group of Islanders and who will go to the ground. So based off of this week's episode, here are my picks. Heeseung for sure. I know he will be in the final group. Like, there's no doubt about it. Heeseung. I really like Jeongwon. He has that like idol face, and like his voice is also kind of unique. Next is K. I really like K. I feel like he's very charismatic. He dances really well. The scene where he's like taking care of Taki, I thought was really cute, like big brother, little brother vibes, and he just seems like a man. I like that. Although Jay got eliminated and he was sent to ground, I really like his personality, his grit, his determination to keep trying. And I like that attitude of him like wanting to keep going and like never giving up, even though like there were many times he could have just given up. Also, he's a really talented dancer, and he might not be the best at singing, but I think he can improve. Another person that's been eliminated, Nicki. Again, such a great dancer. Every time I see him dance, like when he's practicing or like getting criticized, I'm just like, wow, dude, this guy knows how to dance. Like he just picks it up like in no time. I think he is the top 2 dancers in the group. Like I would say, like even next to Heeseung, like Nicki's dance moves just seem so like sharp and like quick. I personally like his style. My next pick is Gunwoo. He is the singer. He kind of reminds me of Baekhyun from EXO because he has that very like soft feature look, and he I think is the only one that can really like reach the notes. So we definitely need a strong vocalist in the group. So Gunwoo. Lastly, this person has not had too much airtime yet, but I personally like his look. His name is Sunghoon. He is the ex-ice skater. Again, he has that like idol look too, and he very beautiful guy, and he dances really well. The producers noticed him and noticed his dancing skills as well. I just have a feeling he's gonna make it. Like he doesn't really have much screen time right now because there's just no controversy, there's no drama around him. I think he's just like a very committed guy, and he also ended up staying in Island. That is my list of my picks. There are 7 guys in my list. I know that in the end this group is gonna be 12, so we will see who will make it. But again, it is a little too early to tell. It is only episode 3. Let me know what you guys thought about this week's episode, and leave some comments on what you thought about some of the things that I've said regarding this episode. And hopefully we'll see more drama and some more personality behind these boys, not just their talents. Until then, I will see you guys next time. Bye!